Like, if you're playing that and you feel like it's boring, you're boring, you know? Like, that's such a badass riff, you know? Like, it's just so badass. Hey, I'm Philip Chuah. I play bass for Charlie Puth, and because of Charlie, I've gotten to work with people like Stevie Wonder and Sabrina Carpenter and a bunch of different artists, and I've never really quite found a way to put words to what I like to play, but yeah, I just love playing bass. I wish I had better words for that, but I don't.
We love you, man. We love you. And I have been watching you and like just admired your playing with Charlie. I love Charlie Puth. Like, I'm a huge fan. And
Me too,
seeing
dude.
what you guys do on that gig live is incredible. Before we started, what did you say? It's like a fusion gig?
It's like a fusion gospel-y gig, but with like 10,000 girls screaming.
Incredible. Well, look, we know you're a monster bass player, and we know you're well-rounded and studied, and we know you love to play a wide variety of stuff, because you talk about still sometimes you'll play like a wedding gig or a pickup gig, but hopefully we've chosen something that you don't know like the back of your hand and you'll have to learn as fast as possible.
I love that. Let's get it.
This is a really fun tune, and I'm excited to see what you do with it.
Sounds good. Such a great guitar tone.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
Steve Howe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it?
I don't.
Oh my God! Holy crap!
Amazing.
Jesus.
This is the great Chris Squire with the band
my
Yes. Off of the Yes record called Fragile, or, you know, in the Yes community, people call it, no, it's Fragile.
Oh my God, that's like Beyonce. Finally.
That's right.
That was so sick.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do you think about this?
The first thing I can't get over is how great his tone is. I love like his very low action and like a lot of like string hitting the fretboard.
Yeah.
It just sounds so aggressive, and like he hits it and then you can kind of hear like the moment where it's kind of like an attack on like a synth where it dips, and then the tone kind of comes in under it real quick. You know?
Sure. Yeah. It's like really compressed.
Yeah.
And Chris Squire is known for playing with a pick. He was like pick Rickenbacker, but he always played with it like the butt end of it instead of the point.
Interesting.
But
So like,
dude,
like this.
you can do it. I just didn't want them to come for you in the comments, Philip. That's why I told you that. Like, I want them to be like, no, pick.
Something like that.
Yeah, right. What do you typically do when you're learning a tune?
The first thing is, you know, usually the key, and then from there things get just a little bit easier, you know. But on top of that, the first thing I like to listen for is like, oh, how long is he playing this part? And then coming out of that part, going into the next one, is there like a variation or like a special, if you will, that they're doing to transition into the next section, or they just play the riff straight and then just land on the one of the next section.
Sure.
Kind of
And so
basic
that-
form, shape, and transitions. Yeah.
And so that's kind of like what I was doing when I was playing along, but then I would just stop and listen for a second, because I was like, oh, like there might be a special coming up here or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. And when you say a special, what does that mean? Like something that's out of the ordinary?
Yeah, like for this song, for example, you know, there's like some transitions are like in odd time, or like there's some chords out of the key, like modal interchange chords, if you will. Shout out Harmony 3. But yeah, like things out of the ordinary that would be used as like transitional, or just like a thing in the middle of the phrase that would just like spruce up that round, if you will, through the changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you ever write anything down? Are you doing like charts or anything like that?
Normally I don't. I like to just listen to a couple times and just like get the feel of the song in my head and in my body, if you will. But I probably should be writing stuff down, if I'm honest.
I mean, dude, however you want this to go, fine with me. Let's go. Let's go, Philip Chuah. I want to see you learn this thing.
So like I would call that like a change or a special, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
So especially on a song like this that's pretty lengthy, I like to kind of chop it up in the sections just to map it out in my head.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's different than all the other times after because it goes to the F after that.
Okay.
This song is so great. I love that.
It's so good, right?
I think a couple of years ago, it was like the song used in like a ton of memes where it's like, you know, we'll be right back kind of thing right before someone gets injured in a meme or something. It's pretty bad.
Oh, that's amazing.
That bass tone is just so great.
Oh, I know, it's so nasty.
Whoa, that's sick. That's tough.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard, man. That's so hard to digest. I'm not gonna lie. Most songs aren't this complicated and challenging. So I love the amount of time signature changes here.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's so cool, but it's also so hard to learn.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This is gonna take me a minute to learn this one.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah, like this section is so hard to me just because the guitar part is pretty straight, you know? And then like he only syncopates at the very end of the phrase, whereas like the bass line and the kick drum syncopates in between the two bars, you know, and it's just and like, they flip around. What? That's so sick. Sick.
Isn't that so cool?
Dude, what were they smoking when they made this? Like, this is so dope. Like,
yeah, it's
like
just wild.
I could not think of this even if I dreamed, you know? Like,
right.
Like, what? Like,
it's a journey.
Right.
Yeah. And then somebody in the room was like, you know what would be awesome here is if we just start the whole thing again.
Like a roundabout.
Not
exactly.
unlike a roundabout. How do you feel about it?
I feel kind of okay about it. I feel like if I got in a couple more reps, I feel like I would get there. I think I have enough to like work with.
Like that feels solid enough to move on.
Exactly. I feel like I got the general form of the song and I know where everything is. It's more so just cleaning up the in-betweens. Like when we go to that G like dominant kind of thing, there's the rhythmic thing I still got to figure out.
You hunted down these parts really quickly. And I can tell that you like it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's so fun to see you learn this.
Thank you.
Do you want to try it without the bass and see what you would come up with?
I would love to. Let me tune up real quick. Good old low A, just for fun.
Oh man, you have a low A? Do you tune your B string down to A?
I do, yeah. So like octaves is like bar chords. So if I'm playing that, it's actually like I play it like this.
Oh, crazy, man.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I think of it as like guitar drop D, you know?
Sure,
like,
right.
It's just bars.
Oh man, drop A.
You know, like for something like this, it's like you need that open E, you know? Like there's nothing quite like an open E that resonates on a bass, you know?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get it. Here we go.
Come on, dude.
Your silhouette will charge the view of distant atmosphere. Cold and morning, driving through the sound and even in the valley. In and around the lake, mountains come out of the sky. They stand there.
Hey.
I'll be there with you.
Oh, Philip Chuah. Yes. Just fanning you off, dude. Just fanning you off. Oh, man.
Playing all the things I probably should not play with them.
Oh, just so fun. So fun to hear you play that, man.
you,
And it
guys.
just like with a smile on your face, tackling the nastiest 70s prog music.
Bro,
so
so good.
cool.
Oh, thank you guys. The fun thing about the hardest thing about learning Roundabout was definitely that section when it goes to like that G dominant kind of thing where it's like the syncopations and the odd time was like contrasting with the guitar. To be honest, I still don't feel like I have it, and I'm more than willing to admit that. But I think it's probably the hardest part about learning this song, and I thought it was really cool. And the funnest thing about it was honestly, like, as any guitar player and bass player would agree, having a riff in open E is just so sick. It's just like,
Yes.
you know, like, if you're playing that and you feel like it's boring, you're boring, you know, like, that's such a badass riff, you know, like just listening to that and like, it's just so badass.
Look, the riff is badass, and you are badass,
Thank
Philip
you.
Chuah. Man, so awesome to hear you do that. Thanks so much for being with us today. You crushed it. Hey, would you take the call to go out with Yes and play a few gigs if you got the call?
If they see this video and they call me, as humbled as I would be like, you sure you want to use this video as the reference for wanting the calling for this gig?
I want to see you with Charlie, and then I also want to see you with Yes.
Oh, that would be
Hell
so
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Amazing.
Thanks so much for doing it today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys. I had a lot of fun.